Yes, it's going to be recorded now. Whenever it's done, I will post in the Schoology, and just in case if you need it. And for those who is going to miss this class, so they can go ahead and watch that. So let me just dive in. Let's see what we have for today. And we are having new activities. Perfect. So that is my virtual machine. Let me go here. So we are in a cybersecurity. In total, we have only 4 units. Maybe it's unfortunately, maybe it's fortunately, I don't know, because in the past year they had much more different units. And right now we are in unit 3, which is compared with other units, it's most like advanced one. But I see, guys, that you are doing all of them right. So we are learning the network and the Linux. So yeah. So if we go to that, there is a 4 different lessons: lesson 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, and 3.4. And yes, guys, and we are done with the activity 3.1. So what we did in 3.1, we just learned the basic commands using the Linux machine. So the Linux machine, we use the bash. Do you remember the bash? It's the same as a shell on the Windows. So we are using those commands to send some messages to the computers and bring it back. So if you are working at a system administration or as a cybersecurity specialist, guys, it's much more easier to use the commands stuff. So right now we are going to have a little bit of real scenario. So in the lesson 3.2, we are going to work with the various scenarios, and I will show you what is that. Let me dive in. So in activity 3.2.1, so that is the first activity, but we will not do that activity today. I will just go fast. What is that activity? So actually, I cannot call it this activity. It's just giving some information. And guys, I'm not sure. Maybe I was talking to some of you that what is the importance of the cybersecurity, how we need to secure ourselves, and also it's very hot right now in the market. So the companies are looking for the people who are just a little bit aware what is the cybersecurity, and they are keep hiring people now. So right now in this activity, actually in this lesson, they are describing is what is the career in the cybersecurity, what kind of jobs you can have, and if you are going to go to that path, what kind of universities, colleges you need to go and study to be in the cybersecurity field. So if you have a time, guys, it's optional. If you have a time, just go ahead and you can read it to get some information. I just highlighted in some of them. It says that cybersecurity careers represent one of the fastest growing and right now in the world. Every year in the United States, hundreds of thousands of jobs are unfilled. And recently I was googling this morning, and the New York Times says that 3.5 million jobs are unfilled right now in 2021. Can you imagine how big is that? Right now, that means even if they will hire every single person, right now they still have some openings. So right now that means uh, they can even hire like in high schoolers, like this the people who are working in the studying in the colleges and so on and so on, because it's extremely important. Just think about like with a small organization to the huge organization. And by saying huge organization, the Amazon is huge, the Microsoft is huge, the Google is huge. By saying small, even our school, we have only 900 students, and we are using the Power School. We are using Schoology. Everything is online, and of course there is some hackers. They want to go to the Schoology and change their grades and Power School. Is it possible? Maybe that is possible. So even the Power School company, they have a team of the cybersecurity specialists. They're trying to prevent these kind of attacks. So it's huge, guys. I cannot explain how it's big that, but yes, just keep in mind, if you are wondering, if you have that interest that you want to study cybersecurity in the college, just go ahead and read this information, guys. They have a lot. You can watch that video and so on and so on. I like this kind of yes, that is the different positions that you can get in a field. And there is different websites, they are giving you like education for that one. Yeah, so that is, so it's optional again, guys. If you want to have some information, just go ahead and analyze the activity 3.1.2. So basically what we are going to do now is we are going to do the activity 322 because that is all more hands-on. And let's see. So that is the baseline network traffic. Now, what I decided to do is actually what is the power, the PLTW, they advised us to do is we are not going to do this activity in one day. So I will split this in 2 or 3 lessons. So we have a today, we have on Wednesday, and we have on Friday. So I will get like the 1/3 part right now. So because we need to go slowly, and also we need to understand the idea and to get used to. If I show you all of them right now, it will take about 1 hour, and I do believe, guys, it probably you will forget some stuff. So let's say, so right now they are asking to connect to that line. I just did it; it's over here, but we will not do that much today. We'll just do a couple snapshots, and that's it. So today we will just describe and analyze, and we will try to understand what is the case for today. And on Wednesday, on Friday, we will just like go inside in the detail. Okay, so we have a case here. I like these kind of things because what we did previous in the last weeks, we just were learning how to make a comments on Linux. Do you remember that we learned how to make like the list, how to see the file, if it's readable, if it's executable, who can do it, and what? So we just needed to learn it. Right now we have a real scenario case. And by solving those cases, we are going to use those commands that we learned so far. And plus, we will keep learning by doing real scenarios. So I like the way they do this here. So here is the shape that I want to focus today. Let me just get my pen and let's see. So that is organization. An organization that is, I'm not sure where do you live. You live in Cary, Apex, Holly Springs, Fuquay, like in Durham. So you are living in different places, or even, I don't know, is anybody from overseas? So every single house, what we have a different utilities. We have a electric, we have a gas, we have a power, we have a water, we have internet, and like such of this stuff. So in this case, we are going to talk about water. So imagine that is the company who is providing services. Oops, why my pen is not raw? It's a little bit weird. Guys, I don't know. Let me just close it. So that is the company. Honestly, I'm living in the Apex, so I'm getting my service from Town of Apex, and Town of Apex is providing water to me. So right now we have a very small scenario, but you can imagine bigger and bigger picture now. So right now, this is the machine that a cybersecurity specialist is working on. Please don't do it to me. I need my pen today because I have a lot of drawing today. Can I use this tool maybe? Give me a second, guys. So let me just choose another color. Let me get a red one. I'm not sure. Come on, it's so delaying. I don't like it. Okay, so nothing to do. I apologize, guys. Technical issues. Even if I'm tech guy, so I have a lot of issues now. So, guys, do not forget that the activity that we are going to do this week, it is based on this picture. So I want to spend a little bit time here to analyze, to see what is going on, and after that we will go in detail and we will try to catch what is the suspicious here. So imagine that you have a, oh, I don't like it. Okay, imagine that you have a home. So you are getting a service from the company. If you're living in the Apex, so you're probably getting your water from Town of Apex. If you're living in a different area, so you still have your service getting from a company. So they are just giving you line to you. Imagine that is a pipe. So I have my water coming here, and I have some meters here. I have meter on my side, and also they have a meter on their side as well. So as soon as I open my water, so the counting is working. So they need to analyze it, how much water I spent. So based on that one, they will send my bill. So that is the basic. So imagine that we have another house here, we have another house here, we have another house here, and all of them are connected to the same company. And I have a meter here, I have a meter here, and I have a meter here. And by saying meter, I pretty sure hope that you already know what I'm talking about, these kind of meters. And I do hope, guys, you already saw it in your areas. So every single house, every single apartment, they have these kind of meters. But this is kind of old school meters. It works with not digital, but you see they have some numbers here. But those signals are going to be sent to that central location. They are oops, they are going to be sent to here. And these computers, so right now we have three different servers. Do you remember that in the previous assignment, we were dealing with one server only? So from our location, we can connect to the main machine. And from main machine, we were connected to one server only. But right now, I have three servers. And they have three different IPs. So that is IP 10205, that is a 6, and that is a 7. I'm not asking to memorize, but later on in our activities, I will ask you, hey, you need to connect to the IP6 or IP5, but just keep in mind, the IP5 is a server. So this server is monitoring every single pump. You see, so right now in this scenario, we have only 3 houses, but you can imagine 3,000 houses. If you understand this right now with the 3 houses, it will be easier for you. So that is the pump from the house number 1, that is from house number 2 and house number 3. And all these records are going to that computer, to that server. Okay. And also we have another that is a pump monitor. So this computer is analyzing that server. And you might think, why we need this computer? Because we already have it here. That is good enough. And actually, you are right. So the answer is okay. But imagine that you have another server that controls another pumps, 3 pumps, and you have another server that controls like 5 pumps, and all of them will be connecting here, and they are sending all messages to that server, which is at 6, and this server is generating bills. Okay, and these are generating bills. So let me just close all my. Yes, right now, yeah, and one more time, guys. Imagine that is my company, okay, and that is the frame of my company. If I physically go to my company, so I will be using that computer, and I will just log into my pop monitor. I can log into my this computer and that computer, so I can do locally. But right now we are in a distance learning. Right now we are, all of them are online. So let's imagine you are outside of your company and you want to log into the system and to see what is happening. And by the way, like mostly IT guys, they work from home. You don't have to go physically to your company and just to see what is going on. So that's why you need another web server. You see it, the web. We're saying the web, that means that server is open to outside. So from outside, it's not open to everybody, only for the certain people. So I will log into my server from outside, and from here I can monitor what is going on here, and I can send updates. I can do like different stuff. So whatever comes to your mind. So that means if you physically at home in the company, you are using this machine. If you are outside, you can straight connect to that one. So from outside, you cannot log into your that machine because it's not a web server. It's not open to outside. Okay, so we need to be clear about that one too. But basically, what does it mean is this computer and that computer is almost the same. The only thing, that computer has a feature of the www. Okay, that is one of the issues. So let's see, let's analyze scenarios again. So that is how it works. So right now it says that is the pump PLC. Actually, it gives a description here. So actually, this server is monitoring every single pump. And by saying the pump, what I mean that, so it's reading the meter, it's getting some collection data. What if something happened, like you need to maintain? So I'm sorry. So imagine that we need to have the maintenance. So this server is sending message saying, hey, the pump number 2 has a problem. We need to maintenance. You see? This monitor is just monitoring all company. I mean, like they are collecting all data, and we're gonna talk about FTP. Do you remember that? Yes, guys, we covered FTP before. The FTP stands for sending and receiving messages, not the messages itself. Send packet and receive the packet, send information, receive the information. So the duty of that machine, which is pop monitor, it's all about analyzing. By the way, some of you are taking my course like data science. Actually, data scientists are sitting here, so you are going to have a lot of data, and you are just generating your different reports. Here is the issue. Since my organization is open to internet, even if I have a lot of restrictions, you see, I have my www over here. Please, pen is not working. Come on, guys, it's very bad. Nothing to do, we'll survive. Okay, you see, so one of the big features of that company, they are allowing IT guys to work outside. What does it mean? So I need to be open to the world, to the certain people only. At the same time, it's a little bit dangerous. What is there is a bad guy sitting here? He somehow will be using the web server. He will go to his pump, and he will change the meter. So he will just decrease his bill, which is possible. And that's why these companies are hiring the cybersecurity specialists to prevent these issues. Guys, believe it or not, there's a lot of attacks right now in every single field. University colleges, they're attacking, like not the students itself, but there's a lot of attacks to the university to change the grades, to get a diploma. These kind of things, the banking, the financial institutions, like you cannot imagine everything, guys. You see, if the people are getting the bills about $200 every month, so they are thinking, hey, can I make my bill for $50? So they are just sending some attacks here and doing that. So our job, our responsibility is to prevent these guys. And we're gonna talk about, not today, but on Wednesday, we will analyze them. Perfect. So let me just close this one. So the second one, it's explaining what is the duty of that one. I already did it to you for you guys, and all that on web server. Okay. So right now, I do hope, guys, we have imagination what is going on here, and after that, we will dive into the technical stuff. So that is one number one. Actually, if you want to test yourself, guys, and if you're interested, so right now we have a 4 different questions. You can read the questions and you can answer which machine they are talking about this machine, that machine, that machine. So right now we have a 4 different machines. Actually, we have a 5. That is your computer, internet. From your computer, you are connecting here, and from here you are connecting to these 3 services. So let me just read one of them, but if you want, you can just practice these 3. So which machine in topology? Uh-oh, there's a word, topology. What does a topology means? It's this picture. So we call it topology. Which computer connected to which computer? You see, so I have my graphic kind of the representation here. So which topology represent the administration machine to log in from outside? Uh-oh. So which of these computers are showing from outside? And of course, Windows target 1. I can connect it from my home. So right now we are at home. So from my computer, I can connect to my target Windows 1, or I can connect to the web one. But we as a student right now, actually they build it for us. From our home, we can connect to the target Windows 1 only. So if I click it, it says, like, yes, target Windows 1. It's just testing yourself, okay? And OSI model. Yes, guys, if you are in the network, so if you are in the cybersecurity, it's kind of must to have. And OSI model is just a model. It just was done with open system interconnection. Actually, it's not that much complicated. And let's see, let's analyze what is going on. Guys, I will try to find those links. It shows live attacks right now. If you look in the history, like in 200 years ago, like 100 years ago, actual war, so the actual soldiers, actual people, they just go from one location to another location, and it was not that much kind of but right now, if you see the live attack in the world, you see it's all red. You see, so people attacking each other. Even if you go outside physically, everything is peaceful. But in the cyber world, guys, it's like 24 hours. They never sleep. They're always attacking each other. So this computer attacking here, this computer attacking here, and so on and so on. But in some areas, they show it nothing. I don't think it's a real picture. But if you see the live, I will try to find that link. There's a couple links that it shows live attacks. You will see the whole world is red. They put in a different colors, especially United States and Europe and these kind of countries. They are more there's a lot of density here, so there's a lot of attacks, unfortunately. That's why 3.5 million jobs are still opening, guys. They are not filled, guys. So let's analyze. And what is the OSI model? So, first of all, whenever we have an issue, imagine that we are going back to our company who is providing the service of the water. So, whenever the customer calls you, or if you have some suspicious action, what I mean suspicious actions, you will say, hey, on the meter, it shows a lot of water, but on the bill, it shows only $10. Uh-oh, something is wrong. If you decide something wrong, you need to identify where it is wrong. Maybe the meter is broken. Maybe some attacks is going on. Maybe the server who is analyzing those pump is not. So we need to identify in which area we have wrong. So we have a different layers, and we have OSI model, and we have a TCP IP. I don't want to blow your mind with so many stuffs, but just keep in mind, I will try to make it easy. So first of all, we need to make it physical. The first question is your meter works properly? Or if you have a lot of water, I mean, like expanded this month, so you need to ask your customer, do you ever close your sink or some? So you see, so we need to identify if there is a physical damages. After that, data link. So if I'm running the computer, so the computer is working properly. You see, the computer, there's nothing problem with that. But is there any connection on internet? So that server that monitors my pump, do they have the data link? So are they linked properly? So after that, the network itself. So do they send messages to each other? Even if, imagine that you have a computer, that server, and you put the cable, everything is okay. But we need to identify if that is talking to another computer. So we need to see that if the IP was secured or IP was received. And after that, we have a transport, and let me just go over all. So we have a 7 different layers, and out of these 7 layers, we need to identify where is the problem. So you can say that, hey, let's talk about not this company. Let's talk about different company. Like we have a webcam, like security cameras in our school or even at home, but it's not working. Okay, the question number one: physically, does it has a power? So is it on? Is it turned on? The second one is a data link. So did you attach the cable to that camera? After attaching that, is the network working? Do you receive the signals? You see, so these kind of things, and all the way to the app. As soon as you identify, they will say, yes, I have my data link, but I do not see the network. I mean, like the data is not transferring. You can say, okay, so that is the issue. Let's go ahead and work on that layer. Okay, so we call it ISO model, and also we have a TCP/IP mapping. Uh, Actually, it's huge. So it's when I was learning the network stuff. So we had a couple hours to work in this model itself. But yes, guys, simply, whenever you want to identify a problem, you need to go step by step. So even if you see, guys, here is the representation of that as well. I'm not sure if you had a chance to call a customer service of any company, for example, Amazon, or if you buy the TV from the Best Buy or a refrigerator from the Best Buy. If you call the customer service, you're saying, hey, the TV is not working. Can you help me? And the first they will ask you, hey, did you plug it to the wall? It looks like a little bit weird question, but they are asking. They want to identify if you have a power. If you say yes, they will ask the second question. If you say yes, they will ask the second other question. You see, so it's step by step. They are going layer by layer. So, and that is all. So yes, in FTP, do you remember the guys? We will talk about FTP in our assignments, but in our activity. But just keep in mind, the FTP stands for, if you have a file, imagine that is the file, and you want to send from one computer to another computer. So we are using the FTP services. We are using the FTP ports. Okay, I do believe we just touched it a little bit in the unit 2, but not that much in deep. Yes, guys, just keep in mind, FTP is just to transfer files from one location to another location. That is it. And why we need it here? We need it here. So you see, I have my server here, and I'm sending my information to the monitor. And that is the journey. That is the way, you see? And we need to make sure that line is secured. What if the bad guy is sitting here? They will be stealing that information that is coming from my PAL and send another information to the monitor. And yeah, the hackers are doing that, believe it or not. So yeah, and that is all about. So right now, let's dive into the our machine. We will not do that much today. So what we are going to do is, whenever you open your environment, guys, you need to go to the connection. And in this connection, I have a 3 services. Do you remember that? Reconnect. Do you remember that I have a 3 services? One of them is not servers, sorry. I have my pump monitor, I have my pump PLC, and I have my web server. Do you remember the pump PLC? That is the server that monitors my pumps. That is the first one. The second one is the computer that monitors, like getting all reports and generating the bills. And the second one is this is the web server. But do you see the icons are different? What it tells you? So I can, from here, I can say that these 2 machines are Linux. I can work with the Bash. Do you remember Bash or Bash? Everybody's saying different. It's a BASH. So let me just click it. And 1, 2, 3 bumps. I'm done. So right now I can monitor, I can use my uh, Linux server. But if I click on the server, we did it in the unit 2 before the Christmas. So whenever I click, I need to say connect, and I need to wait for a long time because it is giving me GUI. I believe some of you were asking, is there any way instead of using this command, can we go to the GUI and do the those stuffs? Answer is yes, but you see how much longer you need to wait. So right now I'm trying to log into my server, which is web server, and that is my Windows server. Okay, so let me just put it on the side. I will let it to connect. So let me close this one too. Just keep in mind, guys, these 2 icons, it represent the Linux server, and this is my Windows server, which is my web server. Yes, now it's loading my Windows server. So it has some pro and cons. The pro is its user interface. Instead of making commands, I can go ahead and click and do my modifications. But the disadvantage, the cons are, it's very slow. It's extremely slow, you see. And the companies, they have a lot of servers. So let's see what it says. So right now we need to go to the pump monitor. Do you remember the pump monitor? It's in the middle. Let me just go one more time and I will not come back to this one. So that is my PLC and that is my monitor. Okay, so right now we are trying to connect to that machine. Okay, so I will go to my pump monitor. Where is my pump monitor? It says that, hey, you need to log in, which is good. Security. That is perfect. So it says, who are you? Can you please log in? And my login is user and password. Okay, let me just type it. I will type user and I will type password. You see, guys, even if I'm typing, it doesn't show me. When I was getting used to the Linux, I will say, hey, my keyboard is not working. It's not showing. Actually, it's because of the Linux. Linux never shows you whenever you type the password. So let me just click it. I think I did a mistake. Yes. Now, perfect. So right now I am on my Linux machine. Let's analyze that. I will not get my pen. I don't know why it's not working. So do you remember that uh, that is a user? So the name is a user. If you log in as your name or something else, so it will show your username. And this is showing the name of the machine. Okay, so I am, as a user, I am on my pump monitor. Perfect. So let me put it on the side. Okay, perfect. And also, we will not do this number 4 yet. I want to keep it for the next one. So next one, what we are going to do is, next one, we are going to analyze the packet, the information that is was sent to here. So what we are going to analyze, do you remember that this machine was sending information to that machine? So we will catch it here, we will save it, and also we will see what he received, that machine received, and we will match them, we will compare them. If they are same, no problem. If they are different, something bad. Because whenever he sends, this machine needs to receive the same information. If that information is different, there is a problem. And we will do it next on Wednesday. And also what I want to do is I want to open my pump PLC. So let me open the server that is monitoring my pumps. So let me open my pump PLC. It's also asking me, hey, what is your username and password? My username is Vagrant. I don't know what is that, but Vagrant. So username and password are same. So it's a Vagrant and Vagrant. What it says. Yes, perfect. So right now I am on my PLC machine. Do you see that is the name of the machine and that is the name of the person who logged in. So I log it as a vagrant and log it as a PLC. Perfect. So I will keep these two Windowses here. And also you have your Windows server here. So that is my another server. Guys, I do hope you understand what is the difference between each services, okay? So the first one, it's a monitor. I'm just monitoring and generating my bills. That one is monitoring every single pump, and that machine, that is the server that is allows me to log in from outside of the company. So you see, from my computer, from this PLTW, I'm monitoring 3 different services. Servers. Yeah, that is all. So what I want you from to you today, guys, is to take one single snapshot and send it to the Schoology. I just want to make sure that you have access to these 3 services. Why am I calling services? Servers, and send it to the Schoology. And please, 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 guys, if you have a time, go ahead and ask yourself, analyze yourself, that make sure that you understand what is the duty of every single server. So we have 4 computers now. Okay, this one, that one, that one. And if you want, you can just analyze yourself and play yourself. Try to answer these questions. But the assignment for today to take a snapshot of that one. And one more thing, guys, please, please. I'm not sure how to tell it. I still receiving some submissions taken by the smartphone. I cannot see it. I cannot read it. I can see the like only the colors, the lines, but I cannot see what is going on. Can you please go ahead and take a snapshot with the tool that you have on your computer? Okay. And do not forget to include your name. I want to see your names too. I didn't cut the points yet. I still don't want to cut the points, but please, guys, I don't know how I can tell you to use the snapshot tool. Yes, I'm done for today. I didn't put on the Schoology yet. Just take a snapshot, save it somewhere else, and I will put the assignment on the Schoology, and after that, you can submit it. By the way, let me just stop recording.